This is an Evergreen Media Network production. And now, it's time to put you on the spot with EGM.
Hello and welcome to On the Spot with EGM. I'm Jesse Krisky. This is the Evergreen Media Network, and today we are speaking with a very important person, Carolyn McEvoy, the owner and broker of McEvoy Real Estate. Hi, Carolyn. How are you today?
I'm well. How are you?
Very good. Very good. Thanks for joining us today.
Thank you, Jesse.
Yeah. Now, Carolyn, are you from the Treasure Coast originally? Where are you from?
I'm originally from New Jersey.
Oh, okay.
They call it the Garden State. There are still a lot of gardens there and vegetables, believe it or not.
All right. Very good. And what attracted you to Florida and Florida real estate in particular?
Well, I'd say family. I have family in the area, and in 2005, I made the leap of faith and made this my home permanently. And Treasure Coast, in particular, the Treasure Coast, I just love the lifestyle and the people. It's one of the prettiest areas, I think, in Florida.
I think so, too. Absolutely.
Yeah.
Yeah. There's nothing like the Treasure Coast.
No.
All the beauty of Florida and, with the small town lifestyle kind of too, but also big attractions too. There's things to do around here too.
There's a lot of things to do. People don't realize until you really dig in and get to know everybody. There's so many different groups and organizations, so many, the theater, museums, boating, everything.
Absolutely. And those are the positives. Let's talk about some of the issues that Floridians face. What do you feel are some of the most important issues Floridians face?
I think there's two major issues. One is the quality of our water, things like the Indian River Lagoon, and thank God there's a lot of initiative to keep it clean. And probably the second largest issue right now is insurance for homeowners, which I'm sure you're aware of.
Yeah.
And hopefully something will give pretty soon. A lot of homes are uninsurable right now. If their roofs, even if they're in good shape, they may need replacing anyway. That's what the insurance companies are saying, and it really makes it tough and expensive on sellers of real estate.
Yeah, yeah. And so how, as a real estate owner, how do you deal with that?
Well, there's a couple of ways to do it. There's some creative ways. A lot of people give it credit at closing to handle a new roof. Cash deals don't involve the need to do a new roof. Then the buyer just takes over the property, but they still have an issue with insurance, so the buyer would then have to put a new roof on. So, and the last thing is, which I've recently discovered, there are tenants insurance policies, which at least if somebody says, hey, I can't do either of those, they can at least get some coverage for their contents, a little bit of hazard, and some tenants insurance policies actually have coverage for storms, which I never knew, which is pretty good too. So there's ways to get your house insured or your property insured sometimes to get around things a little bit.
All right. Carolyn McEvoy, let's go deep here. If you could change one thing happening in the world right now, what would it be?
I don't know. I think our children are the most important resource we have. And there's, as you know, there's so much going on in the world. I think just to keep it positive for them and knowing that there's a lot of good things out there and to keep our children making really good choices. And I think sometimes, politics gets in the way of that, but I think we have a lot of common ground on either side. And I'd say children, that's our most important thing.
All right. Very good. Carolyn, you're in the beginning process of hosting your own show here on the Evergreen Media Network.
Very excited about that, Jesse.
Now, we're excited to have you. And so your goal with that show, what is the goal of your show?
The goal of my show is to highlight, talking about positive, good things in the area, business owners in the area, and just some fun facts. Hopefully we'll have some fun, talk about some restaurants and things like that.
All right, very good. And how long have you been here on the Treasure Coast?
Oh, full-time since 2011.
Okay, so you know the restaurants, you know the schools, you know the businesses and the roads and how to get from here to there and all the little secrets by now, yeah?
That is true. I rarely leave. In fact, one of these days I'll have to take a vacation, but no, there's so much to do here. It's hard to make an excuse to leave the area. So I'd love to share all of that with the listeners and viewers and just get them here. There's so many good things to do.
All right, very good. So you've been here for over a decade now.
Yeah.
You've seen lots of improvements, I'm sure. Do you think there's been a significant improvement in women in business here in the last several years.
I do. And that's something you'll find highlighted in my show, just because I am a female business owner. And there's many of them, but things have gotten a lot easier. I think technology has helped with that too. And I think the world's changing a bit to make it easier for women. But yeah, I think that's an important part of our show.
Okay, very good. And one of the reasons why you're here is you feel that media, mass communication, it's important. Why do you feel media and mass communication are so vital to our society?
Well, it is. And you said it. It's because people, as you know, have short attention spans today. So they don't have the time always to read the paper. So I think it's very important to get in front of people with electronic media and to make it pretty quick and to grab their attention and get the information you need to get to them pretty quickly. So yes, I believe in media. There's no doubt. And today, more than ever, it's important that people share their thoughts and ideas. You know, there's some talk about not being able to do that. And I think it's very important that we do keep those lines of communication open.
Absolutely. Absolutely. Carolyn, this is a very charitable area. Lots of philanthropy going on, especially the Indian River County area, especially Vero Beach. And so there's a lot of charities. What charity do you feel needs the most attention right now in our area and beyond?
Oh, our area, it's amazing. I'm always impressed with how many charitable organizations there are. We have CareNet that does a lot for babies and mothers, soon-to-be mothers. We have Little Birthday Angels. Hopefully we'll hear from them at some point in the show that do something called, Birthdays for Homeless Children, which is great. It's incredible. I think there's too many to name. And then we have the traditional charities like Habitat for Humanity, which is great, Salvation Army, of course. But they serve such a need to the community. It's incredible, both for the very poor, but also for the middle class. We have the best consignment shops and galleries anywhere. We'll be talking about that too. There's just a lot of resources here for every kind of person.
All right. Carolyn McEvoy of McEvoy Real Estate. Can we talk about McEvoy Real Estate for a little bit?
We sure can.
All right, great. So you serve the entire Treasure Coast area? Beyond?
Yeah, we do. Home-based, we have an office in Vero Beach, and we also have an office now in Sebastian on US 1. We go as south as Palm City, and we go as north as Cape Canaveral, and everywhere in between. And there's a reason for that. Our clients, customers, when they come in, they really don't care. They see the Treasure Coast in its entirety, and they just want to see different areas of it. We'll go to Stewart sometimes. We'll go to Sebastian, Fort Pierce. So that's great. And we do residential and commercial, which means land, buildings, businesses, and buildings, rather. Did I say that? I don't know.
Okay, yeah, residential and commercial. Is that what sets you apart? What would you say sets McEvoy Real Estate apart from everybody else?
Oh, that's a good question. I always say there's so many talented people in the field. I did grow up in the business in New Jersey.
Okay.
My father was a broker, so it means I've had a lot of years of experience besides the 26 years working on my own. But I think we mentor the people that work with us, so you get top-level service, because remember, we don't have a product. We handle other people's homes, and we better have a good service and help them with every aspect of buying and selling. I think knowledge, and I say one-stop shopping, whatever they need to get their household in order once they buy or while they're preparing to sell. We do home staging. We get them in touch with top lenders, of course, the best moving companies and things like that. That's it. That's what our firm does. I think we care a lot, and we try to give top-level service.
That's great. That's great. Carolyn McEvoy, owner and broker of McEvoy Real Estate, also a future show host here on the Evergreen Media Network. Carolyn, how do we get in touch with McEvoy Real Estate?
Well, you can find us. Our phone number is 844-McEvoy. We say buying and selling is a joy. Call 844-McEvoy. That
like
makes it easy to remember. One office there is at 800 20th Place in Vero, and the second one at 1329 US Highway 1 in Sebastian, and that's right across from the Mel Fisher Museum. We love Mel Fisher's slogan, which says today is the day, because we feel every day is the day. We try to get a lot done for real estate and life.
Very good. All right. Today's the day. Call McEvoy Real Estate. One more time, that phone number.
844-McAvoy, and that's 844-622-3869.
Very good. All right. Carolyn McAvoy of McAvoy Real Estate, thank you very much for joining us on the Spot with EGM today.
Thanks, Jesse.
All right. And thank you for listening. Thank you for watching to the Evergreen Media Network. Stay tuned. We'll be back with more.